Shalom and good day, all. This is Healing29 back again for another indie comic review. And for this indie comic, I'll be reviewing Something Epic issue 2 by Simon Kudransky. Forgive me for butchering it, but moving into first things first, and that is the rating for the cover. Does this cover in any way, shape, or form connect to something that is happening inside of the story? Sure enough, it does, to which I give it a 7.5 out of 10. If my LCS was able to get a hold of any of the variant covers, trust me, I wouldn't mind picking up 2 of them, especially for this issue. So now it's time to move into the internal art as we have a look around what's happening story-wise and also with the characters. As we'll now look around the beginning, middle, and of course the end. So as the story begins, we have the character of Danny, who's in the hospital with his mother, and we actually learn that his mother has cancer, so quite likely she's getting some treatments. As we jump to the middle of the story, Danny is still experiencing things in relation to sort of like seeing some of the things that are taking place with his imagination. But if I were to say one thing about this story, the way it sort of sets out sort of like the thoughts of the character, but also how the writer narrates the story. One thing I really enjoy of what they've done is they've given us, the reader, sort of like, there's nothing wrong with being imaginative and creative. And I really like how that's done, but he also lays down some, like a bit of lore within the story too, to which in some cases it can also affect some of your output in life. But is that a bad thing or is that a good thing? Of course, in this, he also meets someone else who can also see what he can see. And last but not least, moving towards the end. And these are some of the other covers that are connected to it. I like cover B and also cover C. They're probably my favorites, but I don't know where I'd be able to get them from. I'm sure there'd be some place here in Australia that might sell them, but I will really look forward to when the trade comes out for this. At least then I'll get to see it that way. So for the internal art, I gave a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move in relation to the story. So first things first, did we get anything covering the area of time? Not so much. The next is the area of locations. So what locations did we end up seeing? The key locations were the hospital and also the home where he lives. The cast of characters consisting of Danny, his mother, and also we encounter the auntie. We didn't really get the name of the other person who made their presence known in the story, so that was a little bit left out on the lurch, and we might end up learning more about who they are in the next issue. But for the overall story rating in this, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.